Okay, before we continue, let's take a look on what's happening in here. We are creating two links with URL parameters. So it's a get request with URL parameters. And if you take a look on the URL, it's changing in there. Then we collect it in the server and we are sending back to the client. Let's go.
Django, Python, JavaScript, tutorials for Jamie, this is so loud.
What the fuck, HTML?
There's only C.
Hello everyone. For this video, we will be exploring GET requests in Django using URL parameters. So I will be following this in my blog. I'm gonna put the link in the description in case you want to follow from there. And I also have this simple Django project already running. I also have the link in the description for the GitHub repository. If you want to download, you can do it. If you prefer, you can start your own project and follow from there. Okay, let's start. And first thing, we need to modify the path of our view. So let me open this in VS Code. It's going to be easier to show you. I have an app named Polls, and I'm going to URLs. Right now, it's just looking like that. I also have the view for it, so it's the most simple class-based view that you can have. Now we want to add a specific path converter to our path, just like what we see in here. Something like this. So string, column, param. Let's say that. String, column, and param is just the name you are giving to it. So it could be anything. You need to end it with a slash. Okay. Things to keep in mind. There are other types. There is int, and there are some more. From this part, it's this simple. Now, what we can do next is go to templates, and in here we can create a link to this path. How do we do this? We use a special template tag for Django named URL, and we pass in the name of the path. So the name in here, which is index, and after that you can pass a string with values. Now this alone is not gonna do anything, so you need to put this in the link of an anchor tag, just like that. Then you can give it a name. That's about it. Before we continue anything else, let's save that in URLs if you didn't. And let's take a look on how it looks like in the browser. So we go to localhost. Most likely it's going to fail because now we need to put a parameter in the URL. And it could be anything. Whatever you want, it's just going to take. Now, the thing is, when you click this anchor tag, so this anchor tag, it's going to that very specific path. Now, this is part of it, but this alone is not what we want. What we want is to collect this data in the server. So let's go to views and create a method named getContextData, where we can receive the information coming from the template or from the client and optionally return something back. So I'm going to say that there's a variable context and I'm going to attribute this value to it and return context instead. Yeah, my text editor does this automatically. Take your time to write or just copy from the post in the description. And now, how can we collect that value one? Let's take a look. It's quite simple. We simply need to do this param or set some variable and say that it's going to be keyword arguments that get and the name of the parameter, which is param for this case. So I'm going to copy paste that. Say param is equal to keywords, which is coming from here, and it has the value in the name, so to speak. Okay, let's print it to make sure that it's working. And to save that, open back the command line and the browser and click value on. There you go. Now the difference for URL parameters and the query parameters is in the URL. And both of them have different applications, which is not easy to see at first. But imagine if you want filter queries, you most likely will be using query parameters. Okay, so that's just an example. Eventually, you get the feeling on what to do with it and what you prefer as well. But anyway, now imagine that you want to send back some information to the server. You can also go with a context variable. So context is a dictionary, Python dictionary, and you can assign it values. So, okay, we'll send back parameter that we just received, and we can also put some message. Now, this, of course, is an example again, but it's just to leave clear that you can do something like this. So some message from the server. I'm going to save it. If you want to print it in the client side, you can simply go with a template tag like that, saying message, and the other was param. And there you go. Now imagine you want to add another link, this time with value to. You can do it. You can do as many as you want. Now, what happens most of the times is that you are not going to hard code values in here, but for now, it's just a matter of understanding the structure of the process. So let's take a final look on the browser and in the command line. Let me reload that. Let's go for value one. It's printing value one also in here. Value two as expected, and also in the URL. So this is about it. It's quite simple. There's the template tag, which is not so usual at first, but it's really just this. So URLs, the template, and views. That's it. I hope you like this video. Let me know if there's something that I was missing, and if you didn't understand something, you can comment. And yeah, I hope you like. Continue, good job, and bye.